Hello, and welcome to Murray Library at Messiah College. The goal of this video is to evaluate website resources for use in academic research papers using the library's website evaluation form found on the CCC library webpage. To access the CCC library webpage from the college homepage, select Current Students, select Library in the Campus Resources column. From the library homepage, select Articles, Databases, and Subject Guides, and then select CCC Created and Called for Community Guide in the General and Interdisciplinary box. Open up the website evaluation form. Note that it is a PDF document. You can download or print the document. If you download the document, you can complete the form online. Simply select the Download button and open it with Adobe Acrobat Reader. You can then save and upload the document to Canvas along with your research paper. Complete the top part of the document with your name, class, instructor, and website information. This evaluation document asks you to evaluate the website for 10 criteria in 4 categories. The categories are: authority. Does the author have the proper academic credentials to write about this topic? Accuracy. Is the information correct? Bias. Does the website seem free of opinion and bias? And currency. Is the information up to date? After answering yes or no for each question, you will add up the yes scores. You will receive a score between 0 and 10, 10 being the highest score. There is a scoring guide at the bottom of the evaluation form. If the website scored very high between 9 and 10, this website is appropriate for academic use. If the website scored a little lower between 6 to 8, this website might be appropriate, but you may also want to consider other resources or confirming facts found on this website with other resources. If the website scored low between 0 and 5, this website is not appropriate for academic research. If your website scored between 0 to 8, however, and you still feel that it is an appropriate use as an academic source, please simply explain why you are using this source in the final box on the form. Remember, this exercise isn't to provide a concrete answer, but to allow you to demonstrate critical thinking skills as you evaluate website sources. I will demonstrate how to use this resource for a website about animal cruelty statistics. Let's say that you did a Google search about animal cruelty statistics, and you found a website that contains statistics about animal cruelty. But how do you know that this website is appropriate to use for an academic research paper? You can use the evaluation form to help you do so. Under Authority, can I find the author or sponsoring organization? Does the author have appropriate credentials? And what is the site domain name? Yes, I can find the author or sponsoring organization. It is the Humane Society. If the author is an individual, look for advanced degrees or work in the field that qualify the author as an expert. If the author is an organization, as in this example, is the purpose and mission appropriate for the topic? Absolutely. As you already know, the Humane Society is a leading organization in preventing animal cruelty. And finally, the domain is a .org, humanesociety.org. So for this website, I will score yes under the 3 criteria for authority. Under accuracy, are the sources of the information fully documented? And based on the reading you've already done, does the information seem accurate and consistent? Yes, the sources are fully documented. In fact, what I really like about this website is that the sources are listed in a bibliography just as you are expected to have a bibliography for your research. It makes finding the sources of the information much more easier. Based on the reading, the information does seem accurate. This is a judgment call on your part based on your knowledge of the topic. So in this example, I will select yes for both of those items under accuracy. Under bias, does the website seem free of opinion? Is the site free of absolute words or superlatives? And is the site free of advertisements? Again, this is a judgment call on your part. In this case, the Humane Society is an advocacy organization, as you probably already know. By definition, they are biased. Note that this doesn't automatically mean that I cannot use the information. It simply means that I need to be aware of the bias and maybe even discuss that bias in my paper. Does the website use inflammatory language? Well, no, not in this case. Even though they are biased, they do not use extreme language. Is the site free of advertisements? Well, yes. They don't have advertisements. In other cases, we do want to consider advertisements as we're evaluating websites because the exchange of money by advertisers may influence the information that is posted. Something that would mean that a website cannot be used, but it is something to consider when advertisements are present. So in this case, I will choose no because the website is not free of opinion. But yes, under free of superlative or absolute words and advertisements. And finally, under currency, can I find a copyright or revision date? What is the date? And are the sources of information cited on the website current? Yes, I can find the copyright date. This is often at the top or the bottom of the page. In this case, it is at the very bottom of the page, and it is 2017. Is the data or sources found on the website current? Again, this answer depends on what is being studied. It's a judgment call on your part. For statistics, I usually try to find current data, usually within only a couple years or so. In this case, you'll see that most of the data is coming from 2016 or 2015, although there are a few older sources, but most of the data is very current. So I will put yes for those two criteria as well. So in this case, this website received a score of 9. It received 1 no because of bias. It still scores very highly and is therefore appropriate for academic use. If you have questions when evaluating websites in this or for any other class, remember that a librarian is only a chat or email away. We're here to help.